Oh, the webs we weave. Hey everyone, and welcome to the Planet OSRS Complete Guide to Sarachnis. Today we're going to untangle the web of mechanics of the eight-legged landlord of the Forthos dungeon. We're going to cover gear and inventory, the mechanics of the fight, as well as a couple of coaching tips. So as always, the timestamps will be your best friend. I am also doing this on mobile, but PC players will find this useful as well. Our Discord link is down in the description, and you can feel free to guest in-game before you join the clan at PLANET space OSRS. So grab your wilderness sword because we're starting to slash through the webs right now. Alright everyone, so we're going to pick it up right over here in Hosidius. You can kind of see on my map, this is where I'm at. So you can see the Grand Castle down there, right over here in Hosidius. This dungeon right there is the dungeon where Sarachnis is. So I'm just going to run over here. Now, you can fight Sarachnis in an instance for 25,000 coins or 12,500 coins with the completion of the combat achievements hard diaries. So I'm going to just run south here, just under the dungeon, running south. Wilderness sword. I've got a wilderness sword to slash through some of the webs just to get there. Right through, just keep running south, down this little hall here. Continuing south. This is the last web, and then this is where Sarachnis is. Oh, and you can see here, I actually have an empty world. That doesn't happen very often. So like I was saying, you can fight it in an instance by just fight privately. You'll pretty much make your money back here, especially if you have the hard achievement diaries. That's not the problem. So that's basically how to get here. Gear and inventory. Let's see. So this is what I've got. Oathplate, helmet, Rancor, Masori tops and bottoms. I have the Aranea Boots and Ferocious Gloves, Berserker Ring, Burnic Defender, and I'm bringing the Inquisitor's Mace. There are plenty different gear and inventory options. I'm not presuming anything. The only recommendations that I would make would be having anything that's going to give you like a high magic defense. As well, just because Sarachnis will spawn spiders that'll shoot magic attacks. So anything that can give you like a high magic defense there. Make sure whatever weapon you have is set to crush. I have mine on set to strength crush, and it seems to do pretty well. And again, this is the inventory, just to teleport out. I can one click on it. A couple of combat potions, some prayer potions, just some food, and then a wilderness sword. That's really all that I bring. So again, plenty of different options. You can sub out for thralls if you want to. Some people bring super restores. There's plenty of different options. This is just what I'm bringing, and it will help extend trips. Now, I will show you how to do this without the Aranea Boots as well, but the Aranea Boots, having the Aranea Boots are going to make this fight a lot easier for you. And I'm actually going to break this down a little bit so I can kind of give coaching tips with the example kill. So this guide's going to be done a little bit differently. So let's go ahead and talk the mechanics of the fight. Okay, so mechanics of the fight. Basically, when you run in here, you're going to want to pray ranged, because any attack that Sarachnis does, any damage dealt, half of the damage dealt will heal Sarachnis. So whenever you're right up on Sarachnis, it'll attack with melee, so you just pray melee. Anytime you have to run to close the gap to get right up to Sarachnis, you want to be praying ranged. The minions that it'll spawn, you can I pretty much recommend ignoring them. If you're a little bit lower combat level, depending on how you're doing with the fight, it might make sense for you to tank the melee damage and just go kill the magic spawn. Because at 33 and then 66% health are the times in the fight that the little spawns will spawn in. You'll see what I'm talking about in the example kills. The next mechanic that we have to be aware of is every couple attacks she'll shoot a web that will stay on your feet, and then she'll run away. And then you just have to, if you don't have the Aranea Boots, whenever she'll actually say hiss above her head, she'll shoot you with the web and she runs away. At that point, when you see the writing above her head, pray ranged. And then you want to pray ranged and run up to her. If you have the Aranea Boots, you just stay on top of her and just keep meleeing her. But that's really all there is to the mechanics of the fight. I just wanted to break that down because it is going to be absolutely crucial that you pray the right prayers, because if you get caught with the wrong prayer, and if you're praying it at the wrong time, you will be healing her and it will extend your kills and so on and so forth. For most players, you can probably just ignore the spawns. If you're a little bit lower of a combat level, again, go ahead and take out the major. But in most cases, you can probably just ignore the spawns and focus on Sarachnis. Once you kill Sarachnis, the spawns die off as well. So that's the mechanics of the fight. If anything sounded confusing here, it'll be made a lot clearer for you here when we go over the example kills right now. Okay, this is the run without the Aranea Boots. So I'm actually going to have to pray, and I'm going to get stuck by the webs. Here we go. So pray range when you go in. You can see that's the range projectile attack. There's 2 spikes. You can see the web. I can't move right now. Pray melee. Switch over to ranged. And even though I was within melee range, he caught me there. So, or she rather. We can see the minions. See, as soon as I saw hiss, pray range. Right back onto melee. Just tanking the minions, hiss, and see you have a little bit of time after the hiss, but you want to make sure that you're on it right here. Now this next one, she's going to catch me. I'm going to be a little bit late with the flick. It's going to heal her. I'm going to wait on this pray ranged, or I'm sorry, see there, it healed her a little bit. I was a little bit slow on the prayer. And then it just kind of rinse and repeat. See, I was slow on the prayer change at the end there, but I got lucky there and I killed her. It's about like a 5 to 10 second respawn rate. If you fight Sarachnis in an instance, the respawn rate is much slower. It's like double this. You're actually kind of standing around twiddling your thumbs for a little bit. It's the only annoying thing about doing the instance version of this. And then you want to see there too, if you're not going to run right back out to the center, throw on pray range when you're running to close the gap. I'm pretty sure, because I never saw it hit, and we could see it right there, the ranged attack hit me when I was already within melee range. Like she had already queued up her ranged attack when I was in melee range. And I was already on protect from melee. That's happened twice in this. I'm pretty sure it's always going to hit for a 0. Don't quote me on that, but that's just been my experience from all of my kills. I've never seen that happen where it's turned around and actually hit me. So just something to be kind of aware of there. Close the gap. There we go. And that's it. That's all you have to do if you don't have the Aranea Boots. Now watch how easy this is with the boots. Okay, so this run is going to be with the Aranea Boots. Now watch how easy this is. The boots negate all of the effects of the web. So we're going to pray range, close the gap, just like we did before. Switch to melee, but then see when she hisses and goes to run away, since I'm not going to get stuck by the web, I can stay right on top of her. And that's pretty much the rest of the fight. You can just leave protect from melee on, and then just every time she moves, you move. Now, my coaching tip here is along those lines. Even if you have auto retaliate on, and you use that moment when she hisses to run away, like now, if you're gonna switch over and sip a dose of prayer potion, or you're eating, I always click on Sarachnis again when she moves, because I don't want to be caught off guard and have to run to close the gap and get stung by a ranged attack. There have been a couple of times when I've had auto retaliate off that I go to eat, and then she's run away, auto retaliate's not on, all of a sudden I have to run and close the gap and get back on her, and there's enough time for her to get a ranged attack in. So I always make sure that if I have to eat anything, I click right back on her, especially during that phase of the fight when she hisses and runs away and tries but fails to stick you with the web. So my coaching tip for this way is just always click back on it. It just mitigates any of the mental errors that you can make that could cut a trip short. But this method is incredibly easy. It makes the fight a lot easier. You can really extend trips, not having to wait for the web and prayer flick, and make sure that you're, back on protect from melee at the perfect instance, because you're just running with her, whacking her, chasing her down, as she's running away. Makes the fight a lot easier, a lot more relaxed. So this is definitely the way that I would go about doing it. And with that being said, that is Sarachnis all wrapped up here, everybody. So I hope you found this video helpful. We'll see you on the next one. Go get Sarachnis. Take care, everybody.